Welcome to one of my favorite times of the year. It's Christmas time. Yeah! Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. No, I heard somebody the other day say, jingle bells, I'm not going to hell. That's true. Growing up as a kid at this time of the year, I could not wait for Christmas morning. I mean, there were so many things I had on my list. Not like my parents were getting all of those things, but I still wrote them down. But we had some iconic things growing up through the 70s, 80s, 90s. Well, more 80s and 90s because I was born in the 70s, but we had a lot of iconic toys to choose from. So here, today, we're going to get into the top 10 toys from the 80s and 90s from my childhood as a Gen Xer that everybody couldn't wait for Santa to bring them.
Light bright, turn on the magic of colored lights. Light bright, make a face to glow at night.
Just pop in the colored pegs and follow the patterns. It's easy to make beautiful pictures with Light Bright, or create your favorite characters with Light Bright refills like Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Tailspin, and The Little Mermaid.
Light bright, turn on the magic of shining lights.
Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
Light Bright actually came out in 1967, but it just got a surge of popularity in the late 70s and 80s combined. Look, Light Bright was horrible for me. I'm a creative, but I'm not that type of creative. So I could never make the designs like Mickey Mouse and all of the other stuff I saw on the commercial. Plus, another thing with Light Bright that was annoying, if you played with Light Bright long enough, you would end up losing those little pegs. Those pegs were like microscopic size. And eventually, you're trying to make a colorful picture with only yellow and green pegs. It just didn't work. It didn't work. But Light Bright seemed to be in every household that I knew from Xers at Christmas time. And it was definitely an iconic thing. I just wish that I could make characters with it instead of things just like a stop sign.
I'd like the most popular home video game system ever.
Ah, the system you want is the Atari 2600.
That's so fast. I want a system that can play hundreds of games.
Oh, then what you want is the Atari 2600.
But I'd like the system that can also play educational games for my children.
Then what you want is the Atari 2600.
Fine, but I want a real low price.
Oh, the Atari 2600 is priced incredibly low.
That's what I want.
The Atari 2600.
Now with its new exciting games at a new low price.
Oh, now this here I could get into. When I saw my Atari for Christmas, I damn near lost my mind. Do you hear me? They were about to check me into an insane asylum because I'm like, I got an Atari. You don't have an Atari. I was losing it over my Atari. I had all the games, but one game that pissed me off more than others was Pitfall. If you know, you know. This was the PS5 of our time. You gotta remember, this even preceded Nintendo, which is on the list somewhere, by the way. This preceded Nintendo. This brought actual arcade gaming home to your living room. And back then, because people didn't really segment out in their houses, video gaming was kind of a family affair, at least with your siblings, at least with my siblings, which my brother always cheated. He claimed he didn't, but he cheated a lot. The Atari 2600 is definitely an iconic gift that had most kids like me amazed and wowed.
She's my Cabbage Patch snack time kid. She really loves to snack. Wow, she really chews. Eating her is so much fun. Your banana's all gone. Let me feed her. And when you think she's through, look inside her backpack and like magic, the snacks keep coming back. I love to feed my Cabbage Patch snack time kid. Cabbage Patch Kid snack time kit comes with all the play food you see here. Eat sold separately, batteries not included.
This was the first time as a child I saw how ignorant adults can be. I remember being about 8, 9, maybe even 10 years old, and Cabbage Patch Kids coming out, and these people mobbed the stores for these dolls here.
I got my doll! Toy stores turned into wrestling rings. a blood sport for a stuffed toy. There were victors.
There she is. Hello.
Jennifer Harris Marks was 13 when she got Corinne Marie, one of the last dolls on the store shelf.
Parents lost their mind. There was actually physical fist fights.
You'll do whatever you can, and if that means fighting in the toy aisles, you'll fight in the toy aisles.
Well, I never expected riots in the department stores.
People were paying hundreds of dollars, and you got to understand that hundreds of dollars in like 85, 86, it's like $1,000 now for a doll. What's crazy is we ended up seeing it again when Tickle Me Elmo came out. But that was a whole other thing. That wasn't I don't know if that was a Christmas thing, but it was definitely a thing.
Sure, Sir Isaac Newton unraveled the mysteries of gravity, but could he have unraveled the mysteries of Rubik's Cube? 3 weeks ago, Judge Smith retired to her chambers with Exhibit A, Rubik's Cube. She hasn't been seen since. Warning, once you get your hands on Rubik's Cube, you may never be able to put it down. Rubik's Cube, over 3 billion combinations, but just one solution from Ideal.
It was years before I could figure out how to solve that Rubik's Cube. I could have been like, oh boy, there was a child that actually took the Rubik's Cube apart and saw exactly how it worked. I didn't want to do that. It wasn't in me. I wasn't that type of kid. But that Rubik's Cube, it always seemed, and it seemed that I would always get the yellow side and couldn't get any other side until I got a little older and a little smarter. But at least I guess I'm thankful for toys that actually made us think, because nowadays, I don't think kids are out there thinking at all.
Now the Easy Bake Oven and Snack Center presents our fastest baking mixes. Mix up the cake, it's so fast to bake. Melt toppings on top. That was fast, great! And stuff from home too. The Easy Bake Oven and Snack Center has fast baking treats for you.
This made some of the nastiest confections I had ever tasted in my life, but the girls that I grew up with, they seemed to love it. Like, and I didn't understand. I'm like, you could kind of just go in the kitchen and make you something, but I guess it was safer. But you were cooking by a light bulb. It was literally a light bulb cooking everything, and by safe, I guess if you touched the light bulb, you could get burnt, like you could get burnt at a stove. But that Easy Bake Oven was a big hit. Too bad the things that came out of it did not taste good at all. At all.
Show and tell time.
Another teddy bear? My teddy's name is Teddy Ruxpin. He talks, he tells stories,
Full batteries not included.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I be friends?
Yeah.
I really enjoy talking to people. I would like you.
Teddy Ruxpin, the storytelling bear, comes with illustrated book and cassette from Worlds of Wonder.
Teddy Ruxpin took the world by storm. Already take a popular toy item such as a teddy bear and then make it talk? Mine was blown back then. Teddy Ruxpin was telling stories and then got a cartoon show. And the thing though that, that most of my peers found out is that's when we found out what expensive was, and our parents was not paying that amount of money for a teddy bear that could talk. My parents were just gonna hold the teddy bear and just move the head up and down and just hide behind it and do their ventriloquist act. They were not paying that money for old TR, so. But it was still an amazing piece of technology at the time, and that was our futuristic robot back then. So Teddy Ruxpin was fantastic. He just wasn't fantastic in my house.
Take a look at the new G.I. Joe Tomahawk.
Look, Cobras attacking the All-Striker. Tomahawk to the rescue.
Tomahawk holds 8 Joes and it's loaded for battle.
Go, Joe!
Tomahawk's gonna chase some Cobra. Tomahawk is on the go. Tomahawk's gonna chase some Cobra and rescue G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe!
Live the adventure of G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe Tomahawk. Other Joe and Cobra figures sold separately.
Yo, Joe! How could anybody that, if you were a young boy growing up, there are a couple staples that had to be a couple staples in your toy box, and G.I. Joe is one of them. I'm going to mention another one here soon, but G.I. Joe should have been one of them, along with people like He-Man and those things, but G.I. Joe, most definitely. This was something that every kid that I knew was into, male or female, to be honest. But obviously it was aimed at young boys. But if nothing else, G.I. Joe also became iconic for that iconic ending of always teaching us that
knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
But everybody tried to collect as many G.I. Joes as they possibly could. Again, this could rack up a bill real quick. So when it came down to Christmas, you better be specific and ask for the ones that you want. I always just wanted Snake Eyes. I could care less about everybody else, but that was just me. What was your favorite?
He's learning spelling with Texas Instruments Speak and Spell.
Rain. R-A-I-N. That is correct.
She's teaching her brother with Speak and Spell.
H-E-R. That is right.
They're learning new words with Speak and Spell. But don't tell them they're learning. They just think they're having fun. Speak and Spell for words, Speak and Read for stories, Speak and Math for numbers. From Texas Instruments, they make learning fun.
The Speak and Spell is probably responsible for 90% of Xers knowing how to spell words. I think almost everybody I knew had to Speak and Spell at some point. Again, back with a good educational toy. I think they need to make more educational toys these days because it helped us. Some people weren't so great at spelling, so I remember them using their Speak and Spell and hearing like, that's not right. But it helped them get right. It helped them get right. That's all that matters. So that Speak and Spell, boy, you would hear it. It was slow as day. You'd be like, dog, D-O-G. That is correct. It was a great toy. It was a great time. I had one, and I was glad to have it.
The Decepticons, the Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers,
Robots in disguise.
Attack the Autobot Commander! Call in a Decepticon leader!
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
The Transformers from Hasbro.
Oh, the Transformers. Oh, this is the pinnacle of 80s toys. Pinnacle. I can't think of a toy line that's bigger than Optimus Prime and the boys. I had to have it. I was fiending like a crackhead for Transformers toys. Like, you got that Megatron? I used to love it.
Will you be the one to witness the birth of the incredible Nintendo Entertainment System? The one to play with Rob, the extraordinary video robot, batteries not included. He helps you tackle even the toughest challenge. Will you be the first to raise the incredibly accurate Zapper and play games like Duck Hunt or action-packed Hogan's Alley and high-flying Kung Fu, each sold separately? Will you be the one to experience the Nintendo Entertainment System? Comes with Rob, Zapper, Control Deck, 2 controllers, Gyromite, and Duck Hunt.
Now, if Transformers was the pinnacle of toy, so to speak, and I guess I throw this next one in a toy category, but the Nintendo, when it came out, oh my gosh, you would have thought the Lord above had reached down and had made this system and presented it to mankind. Especially, I had the little robot. I had the robot that came with it. I had the original system. That robot was so frustrating. The no spinning disc. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the spinning disc in that robot? Boy, oh boy, with the light gun, Duck Hunt, Mario, all of that. The NAS, the Nintendo is single-handedly probably the originator of brain rot. We played that thing. We couldn't even get it fully unwrapped before it was plugged into the TV. And even up to college, one of my friends played his Nintendo in college. I'm not mad at it. Nintendo was probably one of the most iconic things that came out and was under somebody's Christmas tree. And I had a ball with it. That's it. That wraps up our top 10 toys that Santa brought most Xers for Christmas. Did I miss anything? Is there a toy that you were fiending for as a kid that you got, or one that you didn't get? Let me know if we left anything off this list. I'd be interested to see what you all liked out there. As always, though, my good family, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let's make this a fantastic holiday for us all. As always, love you, love somebody else, and I'll see y'all soon.